These people traumatized my child.
They brought me to the hospital, but I did not want to go in.
I have no reason to go to the hospital right now. I want to go home.
Tyler has not been the same person since that day. She's on all types of medication. She's depressed, like she has no emotion.
When I see a police officer, I shut down. I hide. I start crying.
I should not be chained if I was just in an accident.
I am suffering from all different kinds of mental disorders, PTSD, psychosis, anxiety, severe depression, mood disorder.
I have PTSD,
Okay, listen.
ADHD,
Listen.
all different kind of
She stays with me because she can't keep a job. She can barely fill out an application. She deals with memory loss.
It is very hard to get up in the morning. My favorite activity is laying back down.
You're fine. Are you gonna be cool if you stand up? Okay.
The charges may have been dropped against my daughter, but the trauma is going to be with her forever. She hasn't forgot what happened to her.
Tyler, you were on a winding road in the dark, and you ran off the road and kind of went down 6 feet and hit a tree, and it was a serious accident. Did your airbags deploy? You hit hard.
Pretty hard. So my immediate reaction was to get out of the car, to immediately crawl out and lay onto the ground.
Well, I would think you would be disoriented. Anyone would at that point. How did the police get there?
How they got there was from the top of the hill where I could kind of see the lights start flashing.
And when that happened, you thought this is a good thing, right?
Yes, I thought that this would be the change of, okay, I can be safe. I can be able to get home and get to the hospital and get to where someone could be able to assess this situation for what it really was.
All right. And when they first got there, what happened?
When they first got there, I had asked if they needed my ID, if there was something that they needed from me to be able to take on this situation. They were quiet and they were speaking with each other. They were not speaking with me. I was taken to IMSA and I was assessed, and they had took my blood sugar and realized that the glucose was low, that I needed to get my sugar back up. But I realized that they didn't realize that I was also so sorry. That I needed to walk back down the hill. And this is something that I talked with them about, and to get back to the vehicle. And we walked back down to the vehicle, and I had sat in the car and started to look for my phone. I started to look for my car keys because I felt nervous. I wanted to call family and somebody that could talk with me and get me to safety. I was then pulled out of the vehicle from my left side and trampled to the ground and put in handcuffs and shackles.
And you say you couldn't really figure out what the police were doing because you were disoriented and panicking at the time, right?
That is correct. That is correct.
Talisha, you say that Tyler's prone to this, and of course, when you have a trauma like this, it's going to bring out anxiety, panic, things of this nature. What did you think when you found out that she had actually been handcuffed, tased, and put in a police car?
I'm mad, furious. That's my child, that's my daughter. And I just couldn't imagine, she's out there in the woods. We're from Tulsa, Oklahoma, but she had moved to Greenwood, Arkansas with a friend. And me and my family told her that wouldn't be a good place for her to be. It's not a place for Black folks.
Uh-huh.
And but she was there with a friend. And like I said, she went around that curve late at night, hit a tree, and I can only imagine how scary that would be. The neighbors heard the crash and they called the police. So when I seen the body cam, I couldn't believe what I'm looking at. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, that the people that are supposed to protect and serve were assaulting my child.
Tyler says when she got back into her car after seeing the EMT, the police asked her to get out of her vehicle. She claims she was having a panic attack and the situation escalated. Let's take a look.
Miss Ma'am. Hey, ma'am. Look at me. Hey, what are you doing right now? Step out. Come on.
No.
Step out of the car for me. Step out of the car. Step out. Come here. Go over your back. Give me that hand. I got it. Here you go.
Wow. Now, Benjamin, that seemed to go south in a hurry. What do you make of that?
The officers in this situation could have been a lot more patient here. They know that Tyler just had a big impact. You see the airbags deployed, so why didn't the officer just wait and patiently ask Tyler, can you please step out the car? And just keep waiting, because once a person has a traumatic accident, they're a little woozy. I mean, they had head trauma. So I'm sure at the time, Tyler's not really understanding the officer's commands and what to do. And the officer shouldn't have just jumped to judgment to just grab her, throw her on the ground, and start handcuffing her after knowing the airbags were deployed, after knowing that this accident was a huge accident. The only thing she did wrong was sitting in the car, being woozy after an accident, but that's a traffic accident. And nothing's wrong with having a traffic accident. That's not a criminal case when you run into something and have an accident.
When I got the body cams, I immediately posted them. There was a young man that shared the body cams on his TikTok.
The footage went viral. I was vulnerable, I was broken, I was scared. It got a lot of attention. It was hard for the world to see me like that.
It's important to be empathic here. We have to put ourselves in Tyler's position where you're in a car in the dark, you've hit something hard, and you're pretty confused and you're pretty disoriented. You're not going to be at peak cognitive efficiency. You're not going to be problem solving as well as we might be sitting here. You're not going to be making decisions as quickly. You're not going to be responding to questions, commands, the way you might be if you were sitting here in a calm, rational light of day. So we have to adjust our expectations. Now, they claim that instead of the police helping her, they tased her, traumatized her, arrested her, and Tyler and her mom are here today because they want to clear Tyler's name. Now, we're talking about her actually getting tased, and there is body cam footage of this, so I want to take a look at what happened, because this puts us there that night. And understand that, she's already on the ground.
Stop choking me! In the car.
And they're trying to get her in the police car here.
Hey.
Get your hands
Turn your face away from me. I don't want you spitting on me.
No one's gonna spit on you!
Then get in the car.
Okay, then let go!
Get in the car.
Oh my God!
Get in the car.
Is this how you treat
Get in the
people?
car.
Oh my God!
Please get in the car.
Do I have my phone, bro? Oh my God!
Here it comes. Get in the car. Get in the car.
Okay, now right here, they've tased her at this point. Watch right here. See it come out right
Here it
here.
comes. Get in the car.
You see the taser come out right here.
Oh my God!
Here it comes. Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. Hey, get in the car. Please get in the car.
Okay, now, Tyler, how do you feel as you watch that?
I feel broken. I feel hurt, because in those very moments, I was in so much pain. I was traumatized from just the moments before being dragged up the hill. Everything was happening back to back to back. It was like my body couldn't take it.
I'm still in pain from the police assault. Please stop bending my orb.
Listen, you need to cooperate with us, all right?
Please stop bending my orb.
Can you cooperate?
It's horrible. My 21-year-old is always in pain, complaining, "Mom, this hurts. My back is hurting." It's just been a nightmare. I just want her to get help. I want my child back.
I have to live with the pain. I wake up with it every day, and it feels like torture.
Look, Benjamin, when we look at this whole thing, the police have a side of this. They say they ask time and time and time again for compliance. They didn't get it. And there are comments from the police, and in looking at the police footage, they say that they asked her about 20 times to step out of the car, and she didn't. They say it looked like she was trying to start the car and drive off. They said that just for being cool, I'm going to give you more room, but if you start freaking out again, I'll have to get back on top of you. They said, are you okay? Can you cooperate? They said that there were comments about she had a dog with her and that they didn't help look for the dog, which in fact they say they did, and returned the dog to the roommate. They said that there's two sides to this, and I say there's always a tipping point where if you start yelling and being not compliant, there's a tipping point where they stop being there to serve and protect and start treating you as a threat and a suspect. And I think that's what happened here. But at the same time, don't you need to take into consideration the totality of the situation and realize this person just had their bell rung?
Yes, Dr. Phil. One key fact I see in Tyler's case is that she wasn't a suspect of an armed robbery. They didn't get a 911 call saying, hey, we have a woman who has committed armed robbery. When they approached her vehicle, they didn't see any weapons. So why did they escalate it to a criminal offense? They should have escalated or de-escalated it down to a simple traffic accident that with a woman who had an airbag hit her face, and that way she's a little wobbly, and they need to learn how to calm down, assess the situation, and get her proper medical treatment here. And this should have never have led to her being tased and her being arrested for a simple traffic accident.
You have PTSD, which I certainly understand how you could at many different levels, that you have anxiety and depression.
Severe depression.
And these are all things that can be dealt with. I would like to offer to set you up with some professional help that you can do right from your own home through Doctor on Demand, both in terms of a physician that can assess you in terms of your lab work and see where you are and if you need some type of medication that way, and in terms of a therapist that can work with you teletherapy-wise, that can help you with the PTSD and with the depression and with the anxiety, and set that up for you to begin right away. I'll set you up 10 sessions immediately so you can just start out from your own home with your computer right away. And these are all PhD level and MDs that can work with you and help you right away so you can start your journey back working on this. I don't want you to just sit home. Time doesn't heal everything. It's what you do with the time. And I would like to arrange that for you so you can start in the safety of your own home with the support of your mother to start fighting your way back to getting back to who you were and claiming your right to a life that's productive and happy for you. If I arrange that for you, will you avail yourself of it and use those tools?
Yes, I will.
We'll get on that straight away.
I was completely sober. My vehicle spiraled and went over a barbed wire fence and 6 feet down into a tree.
She thought the police arrived to help her. Will this viral video clear her name?
They've tased her at this point.
New Dr. Phil. Check your local listings.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.